If you constantly feel tired, even when you've slept, even when you've got your, 6 or 7 or 8 hours, there's a very good chance that it's not just physical, okay? Sometimes, the mental exhaustion leads to us showing up every day feeling tired because, of course, our brain is always running, okay, tracking, remembering, anticipating, planning, solving problems before they even happen, and lots of overthinking. And even when you sit down and you have that time for a break, you might have noticed, if you're always feeling tired, that your mind isn't also resting. It's still active, it's still scanning, it's still trying to hold everything together. Now, that is cognitive load. And my gosh, like if your brain doesn't sometimes just sit and rest, is going to feel so exhausting because your brain is actually not getting the full break that, you and it needs. Even though physically you might be stopping for a moment, it is still working full time. And that is why sleep doesn't always fix it, because if your mind's still going on at nighttime, if you go to bed, worrying about, everything that needs to be done and just always focused on the past and the future and the present, the goal here is instead to reduce what your mind is carrying. So here's something simple that I found to really work is make sure that you are intentionally closing your mental loops every single day. Okay, before bed, ask yourself, what is it that I'm still carrying in my mind? Write it down. That is why I'm a massive journaler. I like to break dump everything onto paper. And honestly, my mind just feels so much clearer afterwards. But write down, have a ongoing to-do list. You don't have to do it all, but just get it out of your brain, write it down. Write down the decisions that you have to make, the things that you're thinking about. And then decide, okay, what here is actually urgent? What can wait? What is something I can pull out? Just focus on 1, 2, or 3 things, never more than 3 things in one day. And most importantly, what are the decisions that you've been avoiding? What can you do less of? There's so many unmade decisions that drain our energy more than any action ever will. And it's also when we're trying to do so much, trying to people please, trying to, make sure that everyone else is happy while we're ignoring our own needs. But when your brain knows that it has that release, that it can just quieten down, you get it out of your head, and your brain knows that it's been captured and contained and prioritized. That is when it will begin to relax. And that is when the real rest that you're looking for, that is never going to be solved by sleep alone, becomes possible, okay, when you've given your mind a chance to rest. And if you want to dive into this deeper, make sure that you grab my free guide that is in the bio, that is going to show you the thoughts you definitely need to release and ditch today in order to move towards your goals and in your life with so much more grace and ease. I hope this has been helpful. I'll catch you in the next video.